Monday, a cold storage warehouse. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Bloodstained B. Is that Oda's blood? There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. Bloodstained A. Oh, it's Iris and Ota's blood. Bloodstained A. Workbench.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Stab
Right,
wound.
about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his...
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Forklift B. I don't see anything special about it.
This
A.
forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
So what about forklift B? Caramel layer ice. Let me see.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
And now that I think about it, Iris didn't even have any... Iris's body was intact. It didn't occur to me, but Iris's body was definitely intact. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
But we didn't see any blood on her. That's the thing. Shelves with boxes. Shelves packed with cardboard boxes. I don't see any clues here. Oil drum and oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Wow. Anything else?
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
Uh-oh.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
So more connections to Renju's family. A video camera and laptop used for the stream. Okay, I'm guessing that's it. Overhead crane. A hook hanging from the ceiling crane. Ice cutting machine.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Ice cutting machine, workbench. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back, and he was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
That's a really good question.
Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
Let's see. Any progress on an investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Puter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
Oh,
Although,
dear.
it's more accurate to say killers.
More than one?
Oh.
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura.
I knew
the
it.
previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
I knew it. 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 I'm gonna keep saying it. I knew it. Rohan Kumakura was a psychopath, and he, took out the eyeballs. He was a killer. Like, you gonna call a spade a spade. Anyways, Puter. Why did the Cyclops case get classified? That's a great question.
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
I think it's due to the fact that it has to be the congressman. It definitely has to do with something with the congressman, though. But I'm so glad my hypothesis was right about Rohan. He was definitely within those killings, and they were like a whole murderous group of Yakuza members.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women.
Yeah.
He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Oh, wait. Okay, who was the murder psychopath then?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Yeah.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
That's kind of sad, though.
It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Killing.
Murder.
Yeah.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
Pretty much.
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Awesome Dexter shit, man. Dexter. And not Dexter's Laboratory. You know what I'm talking. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Dexter, like the cargo container killer. Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
Yep.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Oh, so he's
Fuchu
prisoner
prison?
39 then?
Yes.
Or
What's
89.
his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Yeah, prisoner 89.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
Yep.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars.
Okay, that makes
Neither
sense.
of them had the opportunity.
Okay, that makes sense then. So, okay. Piecing it together, then... Okay, we can rule out that I'm not the original Cyclops killer, or Pewter is not the original Cyclops killer. One's dead and one is in prison. Okay, now we laid that mystery to rest. Now we gotta talk about the new one, and yeah, stack containers. All right, I feel like it has to deal with the Sagans. The Sagans, Iris, Hitomi, they got something going on. Anyways, the Sagan residence. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and I sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. Oh boy.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Iris.
Damn. Oh. Oof. Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Uh-oh.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Prisoner
Fuji.
89, back at it again.
Prison?
Prisoner 89, back at it again. Alright. About Ota. We're gonna get to Iris last.
Oda was one of my students.
Oh,
I taught him
really?
in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up...
Damn.
I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Damn. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
About Iris.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her.
Hold on. Can I just compliment this game real quick? The voice acting is on point. Oh my gosh. The voice acting is on point right now. Alright, let's continue.
But why?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her.
Y'all need to get the police up in here because she might be next.
Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Damn. Date's residence. Marble. Oh boy. This one's gonna be really sad. This is gonna be sad. Oh boy, it's gonna be so sad. I mean, the Hitomi one is pretty sad too. I'm not saying that, but this lady obviously has like Alzheimer's or whatever, man. Dementia. This one's gonna be really sad. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw the shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. I was sitting cushion. Mayumi. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want to talk about it? Oh dear. There's a menu on the table about Ota.
This is your fault.
Oh,
I heard
gosh.
from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Oh dear.
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's dip. Hold on. I'm just checking to see if there's any clues. Any clues? Alright, let me just head out. Marble Date's residence. Let's go to the Marble first, and then lastly go to Date's residence.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
Information about the incident.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
That's obvious.
Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Oda.
He came here last night?
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
Oda?
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama's told me a similar story to Aiba's. So... Okay, so Sosojima in the Kawasaki district. Okay. And the basic idea is this. 8 years ago, he sold the land for 3 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion At the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically, so he brought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand the accident would happen. Did So blow it up, or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would ended up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. About So in the Kawasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
Of course.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki.
About So in the Kawasaki district.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
When it comes to Yakuza and Mafia or cartel, there's always a casino involved. Oh my gosh. The reason why I'm saying that is because I just finished watching the Ozarks. Anyways.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district.
Interesting.
At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
Really? No.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
That's interesting. That is really interesting. So the Yakuza is definitely involved in this case. It's like heavily involved, due to the fact that the original killer was Rohan, and that would also mean that the main suspect is basically Moma. But hold on. But let me look at the menu real quick. File. Yakuza A. Yakuza B. Shoko. But also Iris is a I feel like prime suspect is Moa so far. Rohan, obvious, like he was a previous Cyclops killer, or one of the Cyclops killer. And then he is also the Cyclops killer as well. Prisoner 89. Don't know who he is, we don't know. But on top of that, I feel like Prisoner 89 is the Sagan, is one of the Sagans. That's my hypothesis. Due to the fact that he did call and say like, oh, the new Cyclops killer is gonna kill somebody. In which I also, I feel like Iris is still alive. That's what I'm trying to hint at, basically. I feel like Iris is still alive, has connections to 89, Prisoner 89. Prisoner 89 is the father of, is the husband and father of Hitomi and Iris. Damn, I just don't know. I don't know. Cause it's confirmed that Rohan and Prisoner 89 is the old Cyclops killers. The new one, I'm just not. I'm completely in the dark. I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely in the dark. Cause a part of me wants to say that it's Iris. Iris is still alive. Another part of me wants to say is Moma, because Yakuza connections, and basically that's his brother. I wanted to say the boss earlier, but I don't know, because Peter was a little bit suspicious of the boss. Like, he couldn't say certain things around her, so, you know. But that's what I think so far. Moma, the boss, and Iris, if she's still alive. Anyways, the Appendix, KE Association, the Kamakura Estates. Kumakura Estates. Jeez. My goodness, man, my reading. And on top of that, I'm a little bit tired. Endorphins. Brain chemistry, brain chemicals. Kawasaki District. The gland that secretes endocrines. The pituitary gland in the endocrine system that hangs on the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior pituitary gland, primarily secretes oxytocin. Dopamine. It's just going over the hormones and stuff. Peptide hormone. I want to get mixed up with Pepto-Bismol. Anyways, let's ask her a little bit more questions. So about So in the Kawasaki District.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
Yup.
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
What about Ota and the Kumakuras?
What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, he'd hate them even more.
Yeah.
That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
That's how you link them? Oh my god. Because that would make a whole lot of sense, because his grandmother is basically, lost it all. And then on top of that, the grandpa or the father or whatever, I'm saying grandma, she looks like grandma, but her what am I saying? Basically what I'm saying is that they're on hard times right now, and it severely affected his mother's mental health, and she later on got the dementia. As you can see, like, her memory is pretty much, she still think that the dad is still there when he's not. We don't know where he is. We don't know if he exists at the moment, but anyways, say goodbye.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
So now the question lies is that what was Iris's like brain about? Like, why did she think that Date was the original killer? Date's residence. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. Oh boy. The towel hanging, refrigerator, my refrigerator. Mine and Mizuki's clothes. No. It didn't occur to me until I realized that same jacket was in Iris's dream. I mean, Somnium sequence. I think it was in the same Somnium sequence, and like there was a girl with like a red hair. Oh boy, that still brings back to the fact that I mean, not the fact, but is Prisoner 89 the culprit or not? Did Pewter lie? Because that coat looks very familiar. Oh dear, here we go. About Okra's fishery, cold storage, and warehouse. About Iris. About Ota.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Yeah.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Ooh, worldwide.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Yeah.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Boy. There's a lot that needs to be said, like, I mean, not need to be said, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back at the my recordings to see if that was the same jacket, because if that was the same jacket, then I'm still the suspect. Basically, Date is still the suspect. Like I can't get that off my mind right now. The door. I